everybody. Hope you guys are doing.
Oops. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Um, Welcome to today's show. We are working hard, working very, very hard, um, like always, like always. Um, I was able to set up Claude Code yesterday, and let me show you guys. It's really, it does look very cute, very adorable. And I also, I am going to put a video on YouTube where you can learn how to set it up easily, set it up the way I do it. I didn't use VS Code because the thing is now with Claude Code, you can spin up these sub agents. Now, many are saying, it's going to eat up a lot of your processing power. So if you have, big programs like VS Code running, it can get very glitchy and you don't want that. So keep everything as minimal as possible so that you have no issues running these agents. And I'm seeing it in VS Code with Factory AI. If you guys have ever watched me, do the thing in VS Code, it flickers a lot, right? So it's I don't know if it's the best thing. I'm not going to give up VS Code because I appreciate VS Code. I learned VS Code. It's really cool. It connects to GitHub. It's just super simple to do a lot of things. But I am going to use a basic, or it's not a basic terminal, but I am going to use computer terminal to work with Cloud Code. So let's see, where do I have it? Window. I think it's here. Exactly. So, excuse me. So here it is. It's really simple to set up. It's not hard at all. I found setting up factory AI. I found that was harder. It was a little bit weird setting that up, but this, oh my gosh, this was super straightforward. And what I'm using is a terminal called. I'm going to talk about that in the YouTube video because I want you guys to watch that. I want the watch from you. So if you guys want to set it up, I'm going to put the video up tomorrow morning. I already recorded it, but now is not a good time to post. I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic with everything that I do. I don't think that it makes sense to just be, how should I say, if you really want to get um, attention, you have a product or a service, then be very intentional with the things that you post. I haven't been, and it shows. It's not good at all. So be very intentional, and it'll show you a result of what happens when you do it intentional. You see how I got 300? I only have 21 subscribers. I had 10 videos, but I do like to delete videos that don't perform that well and then just re-record them in a new perspective. And I think you should be doing that too. I would not have like 50 videos and all of them only have 10 views. Don't do that. Nobody else does that. Professionals don't do it. But it's not like they don't get 10 views for videos. They just delete it, right? If it underperforms, get it out of the way, erase it. I am also doing that on X. If a post doesn't do well, I'm hitting delete. Strategic. Now this video did 300 views, right? 2 days ago. And you're like, oh yeah, that's so cool, Sharon. You like, no, I had to work for it. So I have a strategy in place to make that happen. And then I can I'm going to repeat it and repeat it. And if I'm lucky, all of my videos are going to get more than 16 views. This one is not going to stay up for long. I'm going to give it 2-3 more days. And then if it doesn't perform, I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to re-record it. with a different angle. This is what you call A/B testing. I never understood it, never wanted to have anything to do with it, but now I'm doing it intuitively. If you understand business, you are going to be doing all these things intuitively. You probably, if someone comes to you and says, "Oh, this and that," and I'm like, "What? ICP? What are you talking about?" Ideal customer profile. Oh yeah, I really focus on that. It's these acronyms and these short terms and all of that stuff. I do have trouble with that because I grew up in Germany, and I'm new to all of this in the United States. But here, this is what happens when you use strategy for interviews. Yep, that's how you do it. Everybody else is doing the same, just so you guys know. These people that, yeah, there are smart people, and there are people that don't mean any harm, but they're just not doing it right. And I was one of them. And I'm slowly getting it, and I'm probably still making many, many mistakes, but I will learn. I'm paying attention, right? And I have no problems with pivoting at any time, at any given time. I'm super quick with that. So yeah, we have Claude Code running, really cool, and you can run it with any subscription. You just need a subscription. You're not going to be able to start Claude Code without a subscription. Now you have the $20 tier, then you have the $100 tier, then you have the $200. Is there a $50 tier in between? I hope so, because that would be my next step if I run out of tokens here. But let me tell you something, I'm not even going to be using it a lot. I'm still going to be using Factory AI because I just want the best of all worlds, and Claude is very expensive. And you can only use Opus, Sonnet, or Haiku. Haiku is not bad. It's a cheaper model, but it's still, for its size, it's still more expensive than others. Gemini 3 is also quite expensive. So the most reasonable coding model at the moment is GPT or the open source models, which I hardly use because, I don't know, some people really love GLM. Some people like Kimi. Kimi and GLM, I think they're two different. Yeah, they're different. Kimi is moonshot. Um, I don't I don't like them. Maybe I just need to use it more and just get used to it. I'm just so used to coding with Gemini and Chat GPT 5.2. I still use 5.1 sometimes. I don't know why, but sometimes I have a feeling it's just, I don't know. I really can't say why I do. Maybe I even use 4.1 sometimes. It still exists because it has 1 million context. And at least to get things going and get to a certain point, 4.1 million context, and then I can move on to 5.2. It really depends on what you are doing. So that's why it's always good to have numerous models, right? If I were just to use Claude Code, I can only use Claude. I don't like that. I want to have variety. When I'm using Factory AI, I have access to 6 or 7 different models, and I can bring my own API key and use my model too. I think that you can do that. I just wonder, how do they count the tokens then? Are they counted at all? You do need a subscription with Factory AI, otherwise you're not going to be able to use it either. So you're probably going to have to pay at least the $20 to bring your own API key. Yeah, and then other than that, open code, a lot of people were using that. I don't use open code. It is open source, I think, open source. I don't know if it's a CLI, I think so, or if it's a IDE, a command line interface. Um, I'm not sure. But there are a couple of tools out there. But don't get them mixed up with Bolt.new or Love. That's a complete different thing. That's a website builder. Lovable and Bolt are website builders. They're like vo.dev, where you can just create UIs. um, yeah, there's that when it comes to coding. So I'm super excited. I have tomorrow. I have a lightning lesson at 12 p.m. So it's going to be lunch uh, Pacific at least. And if you guys want to join me, there are still a couple of spots. The reason for this is the what, when, how, and all that other fancy stuff around AI agents. What even makes an AI agent? And do you need one? Why? And how? What are you going to use it for? Because agents can do all kinds of stuff. So if you guys want to dive a little bit into that and hang out with me tomorrow, you can. You're going to have to sign up. It's on Maven. Let me pull that up. Cancel. And here. It's right here. Um, I can't put the link on X. I might do a post and just put it in the comments. But if you guys want to come, just let me know. It's free. You guys can DM me. It's only a half an hour. Just really quick and easy, but super valuable. When you leave, you're at least going to know what are agents, what can they do, and do I need one? um, Another thing, oh my gosh, I went down. So we are going to have a V2 with the agents. I am taking this agentic framework, this AI system that I've been building for the past couple weeks. We're going to take it to the next step. So V2 is going to come alive. For everyone that has V1, you are going to get V2 for free. Just hit me up, send me an email, and just let me know. And then I will give you access to V2. So V2 is going to be a video course. So it is going to take you through numerous steps, and you're going to have the visual part of it, which will make it way easier for you. And we are going to be adding N8N. Now, this is was a super interesting journey, but I had a talk with some server. He was like asking, "Hey, I got my local system set up, and I'm gonna be using N8N." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, one moment. Let me think about this for a second, because I don't think you necessarily need it locally." And then I was just diving into it, and the project that that I have, the Python project, is basically it's getting a little bit bigger now. So, and what I am going to do with N8N, I am going to use it to structure. I'm just going to use it to have a better overview of what is happening with my code. And the cool thing is now, everybody that is learning to create automations with code and not no code will be very advanced when it comes to N8N. So learning Python and automations will give you a better understanding of how to build workflows and how to make them really useful and be super advanced. Understanding how code works makes it way easier to understand how to build with N8N. Now, I was sitting there and I was studying and I was going deep because I want to get to the bottom of everything. I want to understand the what, the when, and the how. Um, and I came to the conclusion after studying it for probably an hour or so, because this gentleman sent me down a rabbit hole, just gave me a little bit of an understanding. So there are three parts or three things that N8N can do for me for my code. And it's making it, the sheer size is just, if you bought V1, you don't even have to worry about N8N. It's not, it doesn't occur to you. You don't have to worry about it, because the system is very small, and it would be nonsense. It wouldn't make any sense. But as the system grows, you might need to bring a little bit structure into it, and that's the reason why integrate N8N. So it's going to be Python, it's going to be N8N, and I got one more thing. Now, that course that I have now is going to stay, and I did change the wording a bit to give people an even better understanding on what is actually happening. Because it's very important for all of us to understand what's going on. And some of you might say, no, I don't need to know, but you're just not going to have that much success if you don't know. If you don't know what your code is doing, you can vibe all you want, right? But vibing will force you to learn, because you're not going to have success if you don't learn. So you hit a wall, your code breaks, your AI loops, and you're like, oh my gosh, darn it, what am I going to do now? Well, most people just throw their code away and they try to start over, and then they hit the wall again, and they just keep hitting the same wall, and they don't take that leap to the next step. When you hit a wall, you need to take a step back and you need to study. Why did I hit the wall? What is happening here? And the AI can help you debug, right? You can go step by step, right? You can ask your AI, okay, what's going on? The AI will explain it to you. Even if it's not 100% true, that doesn't matter. But then you can take that piece and start diving deep, asking questions back. And then that back and forth between you and between the AI will really, at some point, open your eyes, and you'll be like, oh, is that all? It's a TypeScript error. You're going to, or a syntax error. Um, the AIs, they need guidance. They need guidance to function well. They need guidance to do a good job. So an AI alone will not make it happen, but an AI with someone that is smart and knows what's going on, the AI can blossom. It is what it is, right? We've all heard it before, garbage in, garbage out. So now what I did here, I changed the wording a little bit. Learn automation foundations with Python by building something real. And that's what that is. So it's not like I got to look at a screen and look at lines of code and do and do and do. And it's super boring to learn Python. But learning this with this project is a complete different thing, because you're building something for yourself that is useful to you. You build a real automation system in Python, understand how it works, and walk away with the mental model needed to later master tools like N8N. This here, me learning this, going through this, gave capability now to build very advanced stuff with N8N. Whereas people that start with N8N, they don't understand anything, because they're not messing with code. This is why code is powerful, and you should refrain from not wanting to mess with code. You should not let people put that in your head. No code is actually crap unless you know how it works. Does that make sense? You're most likely not going to know how it works if you just, you know, for example, a lot of people complain about Bolt and about Lovable because they go there and they want a website. And then they just hammer in the keyboard and then, oh my gosh, they hit a limit, it doesn't work. And the models that these companies are using are not really, they're not that smart. They don't tell you what model is being used. And if they don't tell you, it's not going to be that much of a good model. We all know that. I mean, we don't, we know that. So these models are not so good. And then you hit a wall, and then it's just so weird because these models are so dumb that you just can't, you're not going to get anywhere. Whereas, if you take the error and then leave Bolt or Lovable and go to a basic LLM and take it apart, you are most likely going to get way better results. I just wouldn't, if you know what you're doing and you want to iterate quickly on some design, you want to build a landing page, a one-page thing. Of course, Lovable is awesome because if you're smart, you're not going to pay anything for it. You can build without paying one token or paying a credit. You can use these tools for free. I use them always for free. If I want to iterate quickly on something, I know what I want. I go there, I do it, take the whole code and bring it into my code editor and work on it myself. I don't sit there and try to get somewhere with with those tools because the LLMs are just crap. They're not good. So this here is to be seen as the foundation of automation. Now, if you want to take it to the next step right away and do the video course, you don't need this here. You don't need to focus on this. And as soon as I have the video course out, I'm going to make this cheaper anyways. It's not going to be $49 anymore. It's going to be cheaper. The next course is going to be where you're going to learn code, you're going to learn N8N, and you're going to learn how to run these things in a very professional way. But more next week. It's going to be fun. I know that many of you are scared. You guys, I can't do this. It's too hard. Code, I don't understand a thing. It's up to, if you have to like this stuff, of course. Messing with code, you have to like it. If you don't like code, you're most likely not going to like N8N, even if it's no code. You're most likely, you're not really going to like Lovable and all of that because these tools only work well if you know what the heck you're doing. And in order to know that, you have to understand a little bit of code. You're going to have way more fun. Learning a skill and having a skill is more important than ever. Don't let anybody tell you that you do not need to know anything. The AI will do it for you. No, you will fail because if you don't know, the AI doesn't know, and then both of you are kind of done because you're not giving the right instructions and your AI can't follow. That's when the AI loops. When the AI loops, it's usually it didn't get the input needed to do the right thing. It's always a you problem. You're yelling at the AI, you're actually yelling at yourself because you are not doing it right. You are the boss. The AI is not the boss. You are the boss because you're the one living in the real world. Oh my gosh. Okay. So there's that. I am going to change this up a little bit and make it easier for you. And also tomorrow in that lightning lesson, you can ask me questions if you want and just figure out if the course is even for you, if you even want to go down that route. But if you want to automate things, right, because this is what it's all about. It's about automating your work, automating administrative tasks, things that keep repeating, the uncreative parts. And if you love sitting here and writing tweets for 10 accounts, that's on you. Do it. Why would you want to automate it? If you're having so much fun spending 10 hours a day doing that, then I am not going to take that away from you. But for me, it's not fun at all, posting on 6 platforms. So I'm going to choose the ones that are most fun and do that. And the rest, I'm going to pass on to the AI, like Facebook. Couldn't care less about Facebook, but it's a very Blue Sky. I couldn't care less about Blue Sky, but I'm posting there and I got 7 followers. And I bet you I got a couple of clicks on my website from there. So these are all like breadcrumbs that lead to you, to your products, to your services, or to you as an influencer or whatever the heck you're doing in this digital sphere. And I'm going to tell you this right now, you have to do something. Don't sleep on this. I mean, for everybody that's super rich and mommy and daddy is paying for you, and or you won the lottery and you don't got to do anything. But for people, I still have to work. I don't have anybody that takes care of me. So I have to work. I have to make money. And if you're one of these people that also needs to make money like me, then you're in the right place, because it's 2026, y'all, and AI is here. And you're not going to make money with your little Grok Imagine videos. You're going to have to add a little bit more spice to it, right? You're going to need a marketing channel, right? You're going to need funnels. You're going to need all kinds of tactics to get people to buy your little images. If you have, you know what I mean? Just making the images is not going to be enough. You're going to have a complete system around it that is way more important than the product itself. Way more important. So if you don't keep those things in mind, your product can be as great as it wants to be. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. And yeah, have a system in place. I've been messing around with my website, and I must say it pays off, because I'm getting a lot of traffic now, which I never would have thought. But hey, I put in the work, and here we are. Let's see. And it's still going up. It's still going up. Super happy. I got two. I never had any direct clicks. Oh, my WordPress site was, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. I love this. Building fast sites that just make sense. Oh my gosh. I'm never going to touch WordPress again. I'm not doing it. It is a pain in the behind. And I didn't want to believe it at first. People were saying, why are you still doing WordPress? Because WordPress is so great. And it is great. It has a lot of use, but not for me. So I'm going to be, Next.js is just my home. This is where I build, and it's super fancy. You can build anything. I'm learning animations and stuff, and also I'll show you guys what I built yesterday, just for fun. It's for a client. It's not for anybody. It's for a client. I'll show you guys in a moment. But yeah, I have everything now set here. I do have to put up a new article. So you're going to have to be putting blogs, interesting posts that align with what you're offering on your site to get people on your site. You want to attract the right people, because otherwise your bounce rate is going to be high and nobody's going to care about your stuff. Nobody's going to sign up to your newsletter. Nobody's going to read your blog. They're not going to do any of that, because it just doesn't, you have to, everything has to match. Everything has to come together. It's super important. But I'll show you guys what I did yesterday. I think, what did I use? I don't even know what I used. So here it is. It's it's like nothing special, but it's okay. It's not bad. Here's a blue version. I built this in whatever, in 5, 6 minutes. Didn't take long. It didn't take long to bring that together. Super simple. And what did I use? I think I didn't use Lovable. I didn't use Bolt. I think I used vo.dev to spin this up. Yeah. So JS, and I love it. You can do everything with Next.js. I'm messing around with GSAP, which is like animations. There are all sorts of ways to animate. I'm learning a little bit about it so that I can teach the AI, and then the AI can just do that, do all of that for me. But yeah, website, and make sure you have a fast loading website. It has good speed. I still have some things that I need to work on um, that are still not, let me see. Page speed. Okay, so 91% performance, or 91 points, whatever the heck. Then we have 89, 100 is the highest. SEO is only 82 because there are two things that I need to fix. I already know, and I am going to fix that. 2 links found, yeah. They don't have a descriptive text. I have to change that. I thought I changed it, but I didn't. And then my robots txt something is wrong there too, so I'm going to fix that also. And then that's also going to be up in the 90s, and then everything's going to be nice and green. Let me show you comparison. It's awful. Can you guys even see? You can't even see what I'm doing. I thought I was on the, oh my gosh. I hate that. I hate that. You guys can't even see what I'm up to. I was just talking, and you guys couldn't see one of the screens. Oh my gosh, I hate it. Look at this. So let's go back. This is my new site that I spun up with Next.js, which you guys couldn't see. You guys were just listening to me yapping. That was great. Perfect, Sharon. You did a great job. Anyways, I just hate that I don't have anything fluid here. I don't always want to separate the screens and do all this nonsense. And then it's just so, I don't, man, I wish I could just take it with me, just the chat or so. But people can warn me, Sharon, you're not showing your screen. So anyway, so this is the site that is built with Next.js, and it's super fast. It looks good. You can basically do anything with Next.js. And I'm not going back to WordPress. I'm also going to move the site that I have on WordPress off of WordPress. I'm not using it anymore. So when you look here, right, not bad. Performance 91%, accessibility 89, best practices 96, and SEO 82. I know what to fix for these two. I just have to do it. Down here, the robots, and then that just needs to be fixed. So now, let me show you guys. After I enhanced performance for the WordPress site, you guys can see as a comparison. And it's not like you can't get a WordPress site to be faster, but you're going to have to deduct the visual builder and stuff. And then it's not fun to build a WordPress site anymore. Look at this, 51%. SEO is a little bit better, accessibility, but that's just not good because Google is going to say, ugh, this site is, nah, we're not messing with it. So it's not going to get shown to anybody. No, Google's not going to pick up a site that performs 51%. And these are the metrics. It's really for you, that a lot of people say, but your site loads fast. Yeah, you as a human, when you click on it, it might be good, but the system is not going to pick up my site. You know how little clicks I get from my WordPress site, even though putting in the work, I am putting up blog posts and all that stuff. Still not getting the clicks. I'm getting like 30 clicks or so in whatever 2 days or 3 or 4 or even 7 days. I've never seen numbers like this. Never, never, never in my life did I see numbers like this on the WordPress site. Never. It's super awesome. So yeah, you guys just got to keep that in mind. All of this needs to just go hand in hand. Everything you do has to serve a other thing that you did before or you're going to do after. It all has to just come together. So you guys also didn't see the Python course. Oh my gosh, yeah. So learn automation foundations. If you learn this, you're going to know so much about development in general, coding in general, automation, and you're going to know how to mess with things like N8N and Zapier. And even if you've already done it, you still don't understand a thing or two, right? But code is going to show you the way. It's super valuable. I am so cracked now just by working with this project for a couple of weeks. I'm so cracked now. The way I am going to build an N8N workflow is just going to be super, super awesome. And that video course is going to have three templates that you can have and use for whatever you want. Yeah, so I set up Claude Code. I am going to record everything. The new course is going to be with Claude Code. So if you want, you don't have to use Claude Code, but maybe you want to use it and maybe you want to understand what you can do with it, right? Because then I don't have to teach you VS Code. It's nonsense. You don't need VS Code. Actually don't even need VS Code. It just eats up too much resources. Like these fancy terminals are more than enough to get you going. And you don't even need that. I think you can use Claude Code in the browser too. So, what we are going to need moving into the future, we are going to need, the best would be you have a GPU, right? You have power. I'm not even lying. Yeah, I wish I had a GPU. I swear, I wish. First of all, I could run my own coding model locally. Okay, I can't, probably not a big model, but I could run something and save a couple of tokens. I can have my chats private, right? Use whatever, LM Studio or so. I could, do a lot of stuff. I wouldn't have to sit here and wait 10 seconds before I get, if you've ever used a model on a normal PC, even a small model, you're going to sit there and after 2 seconds, 3 tokens come out, and then you got to wait another 2 seconds, and then another token, and then another token. So until a sentence is written or generated, it might take 20 seconds or 30 or 40 or 50. You're going to be like, I can't do this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me just do full screen. You can just use your normal terminal. You don't even have to download something slick. But This is just, it's just faster, it's cleaner. You know, I watched Alex Finn last week, and he was like, yeah, I'm using this terminal here and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, darn it, he's so right. Who wants to waste resources for VS Code? Who wants to do that? And VS Code is powerful, but a beginner is like, I mean, look at VS Code, right? Look at VS Code and then look at this. Look at this terminal. I mean, isn't it like so soothing for your eyes? I like the pink. It's so cool. um, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I really am. For this new video course, I am really excited, and it's going to be 4 hours, right? That you're going to be taught how to set up Claude Code. You're going to be taught how to build automations um, with N8N, and you're going to learn how to run them professionally, um, enterprise grade, so stable. Um, yeah, we still won't be able, if we run locally, we're still not going to be able to run 24/7. That's just not going to happen. You would just have to do a couple of other things where you could do that, where cost is involved, but you're going to learn that too. And I am going to, at some point, get a Raspberry Pi, and then we can have it run 24/7. Um, that's going to be cool. And then it's running locally. You're using open source tools to get it going, and you're using your Claude Code to help you out along the way. So you're going to learn a lot of valuable things, which is really cool. So then I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all of this, but I don't think anybody cared. Nobody was paying attention, or maybe I'm just overdoing it here. But I was slightly shocked as I learned about this tool this morning. This is a tool that is open source. It's from Vercel. And Vercel did a couple of things. I had somebody in my DMs, did you try out the AI SDK? And I'm like, no, I haven't tried it out yet. It's all good. I can't do everything at once. But I was super stoked with this here because it's so everybody has a little bit of an issue when it comes to design. This is where most of us are like, oh my gosh, AI is so bad. Oh, what are you doing, AI? What, this looks awful and it's broken and what have you. So now with this here, I don't even know how to explain it. So it renders JSON, right? So, and it's like, how should I say? So normally you would have to code this stuff, right? You code your components and then you got to change it and then you got to go to the code again, and you're doing a lot of manual work. And it's also then kind of not unified, and then the AI messes up and breaks it, and then you're messing around for days, hours, days, weeks, and trying to get some nice design together. Now this is different. So what you do, you set it, so to say, once. You're setting rules or skills like Claude skills. You're giving instructions to the AI on how to do components. But the fun part is, and this is the crazy part where I still can't wrap my head around, it can change it in real time based off of the data. So think about dashboards that have data, right? That is shown to whatever. You got an app and there's like live data. So now your agent, it listens to that data and it can change it. So let's say the data changes and some markers change, then your agent can change the UI to highlight that specific change. So it's like a fluid dashboard that evolves throughout the day, week, with the data it gets. And the agent to that and change it on the fly. So just imagine you have a dashboard and it shows, oh wow, so everything's normal. So let's say you have a security system in check. You have a security system that watches whatever. Let's say your heater, your heating system, right? You have software, heating system, and data is being shown. So let's say the system breaks and then certain data numbers just drop and the AI has, that alarm set. Oh, when it drops, you have to show whatever. You got to throw up that red screen and show, the data points or the numbers are dropping. I know I'm not explaining this good enough. And that happens on the fly because the AI is intelligent enough to understand that. So it will change the dashboard for you or have a blinking red alarm thing that goes on that signals, hey, this is messed up, it's broken. So it's in charge of your dashboard. It can change it and all of that in real time. I just can't, this is just crazy. I can't wrap my head around it. I still can't wrap my head around it. I'm still like, what are the implications of that? So your AI can now generate UI with the rules that you gave it. So it can't mess up and it can change on the fly autonomously. So you're not coding this stuff anymore. It's just a JSON that is then helping the agent do those changes. It's super weird, people. But with all of these things, we're giving AI more power to do stuff autonomously. So we are going to be living in a world where dashboards can morph into something else on the fly. And you're not coding it. And the AI isn't coding it either. It's using this to make the changes. Simple, super simple. So you're setting the rules, you're giving you're giving it skills like Claude skills. It's like rules, this is how you do it, no other way. It can't break anything, and it's just crazy. So you're not editing all kinds of files. You just have one thing that tells the AI how to handle it. And it's super intelligent. It's not like a static page. It can morph into whatever you know it needs to. If certain numbers drop, that a red thing starts to blink. So crazy. It's really crazy. It's super crazy. And I set that up, but I think I hardly understand it. So I guess it doesn't make any sense to talk about it actually because everybody's like, what do you have? But I don't get it. No idea. So your prompt. So let me just show you an example. Right. This is what it is. And you see you're prompting. It's like your VO dev, but it's just or level, but it's just it's it's uniquely yours. It's your own VO dev, but it's an interactive, dynamic one that can change on the fly whenever it needs to change. Okay, this here was prompted. So we can say, look, the prompt is create a high density executive dashboard for a SaaS company and then include their certain numbers, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. You can, it's just wild. It's wild. I am going to just build an app with it to help myself understand it better and also help you then understand it better because this is just cool. This is really cool. So that's why it's so important to have your skills in check. Your skills, what I mean by that is how you do things. How you do things when you work with AI. Because then you can write that down and just create your little file, and then you give it to the AI, and the AI will take care of it from there on. Then you don't have to do it anymore. So I don't see us. I'm not sure. For me, Lovable and all of these things doesn't really have any use case anymore, because now I can just put my components together, my favorite components, and then I can have the AI stitch it together whichever way I need it. You know what I mean? And then if I want to change the color, I can just go into one file, change the colors, and I'm good to go. That I don't have to focus on 10 files and moving things around. I can just say, oh, blue, no, we're going to do purple. And then everything, the global colors then change, and it's it's just fascinating to me what's going on in 2026. People say that 2025 was the year of agents. This is going to be the decade of agents, or at least it's going to at least be 5 years, where we're going to evolve and make these agents better, and they're going to be better and better and better and better, and then after 2-3 years we're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's doing everything. That's where we're going to go, definitely, because it's all just about teaching it, and then you just have to keep teaching it. That's why agents are so important. That's why I'm doing these courses, because everybody needs an agent. Everybody, because everybody with an agent is going to be working differently than you. You don't no, you don't want to be in that position unless you don't have anything to do with the computer. Then you don't need it. You're not going to need an agent if you have absolutely nothing to do with the digital world and you have no paperwork in the digital world. But many things are going to become more digital. So I don't know, even if you just like to bathe in the sun all day, or you're whatever, a pro hiker, a pro mountain climber, I don't know, you still might need an agent. Agents are going to do all kinds of things. And that's why also the little lightning lesson tomorrow, so that we can define that a little bit more. What does it even mean? What does it mean for you personally? What does an agent for you personally mean? Maybe you're not like me and you don't have 10 social medias and you're not posting on 10. I mean, I would highly recommend that you do it. But, right, maybe you have other ways to market. I don't know, but if I meet you, then I can, help you understand better where a agent would benefit you. And then you can go out into the world, and there are so many tools out there. That's why the Discord is really for agent people, right? I mean, it's built with Sharon, but our focus is agents. That's our focus here. So, you know, come into the Discord. We're growing. We're growing. I 30. I'm. Let me tell you guys something. I would have not thought that I would get 30 people that fast. Thank you guys. I want to thank everybody for joining my Discord server. Our Discord server. It's not even mine. It's ours. Our Discord server. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so stoked. It's so cool. And this is free, y'all. You guys can hang out with me. We have a voice channel. You can send some whatever. You got some info to share, right? This is what sent me down a rabbit hole yesterday. This gentleman here, right? And then I share, cool resources. Travis gave us so much cool stuff, all kinds of cool tools that you can use in your project. It's all about what you know. That plays a very big role too. Yeah, so that's basically all I have today. I have a lot of work going on. So I am going to be in the Discord server maybe for 30 minutes or so, and then I just have to move on because I also have to write articles. I'm probably going to do that first before I get into deep coding, because I am going to be coding for a couple hours at least. I'm building a bigger system, voice AI, and man, I tell you, it's a lot of work. Um, because it's a SaaS. It's not like just, oh, I'm going to build a voice bot. It's a complete system. And yeah, that's a lot of it's a lot of moving parts, and I just have to get it all right. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace out.